wir mit dem UK Open Finalisten aus dem Jahre 2007. Er kommt aus den Niederlanden. Er hat in seiner Karriere 5 Pro-Tour-Turniere gewinnen können. Eines davon auf der European Tour. Das war vor ein paar Jahren in Salzburg. Und er ist bekannt als der schnellste Werfer auf dem Planeten Erde. Herzlich willkommen dem Dutch Destroyer Vincent van der Voort. 27 Jahre ist der Gegner von Vincent van der Voort alt, kommt aus England, ist inzwischen die Nummer 24 der Welt, spielt seit 1-2 Jahren jetzt endlich das, was man von ihm sich schon länger erwartet hat. Hat bei den UK Open das Viertelfinale im vergangenen Jahr erreichen können. In diesem Jahr war es sein erster PDC-Titel. Die Rede ist vom Rockstar Joe Cullen.
Michael Smith, ton plus average, safely through to the quarterfinals and awaits the winner of this one. Joe Cullen, the rockstar, and the Dutch destroyer Vincent van der Voort. And it looks like the 2,500 fans have picked who they want to come through this one. And after some of his displays, it's no surprise because he has been thrilling this weekend. Incredible victory in the previous round. 10-dart leg in the decider to see off Benito van der Pas, averaging 98. Hit 10-180 so far this weekend, Vincent van der Voort. But Joe Cullen very impressive against Justin Pipe himself. Paul Nicholson and Dan Dawson in the commentary box. Who wins it, Paul?
It's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, Joe was very good yesterday against Justin Pipe, but Vincent van der Voort.
First leg, Vincent, and throw first. Game on!
If there is an award for player of the week so far, I would give it to Big Vinny, because those last 13 darts that he threw last night were the best 13 darts of this entire championship. Such a performance to get over the line. And I mentioned it on a couple of games this week about people trying to cross the line as opposed to sprinting for it. And I'm not joking, Vincent van der Voort was like Mo Farah in the last 100 metres last night.
Yeah, it was a spectacular 118 checkout to save his skin after Benito had mismatched darts. And then van der Voort just took Benito out of the equation in the final leg with a 10-darter. 140, 180, 165, 88.
He had a pretty nasty draw on Friday against Adrian Lewis and started that match pretty well, taking the first 5 legs, and then survived an onslaught from Jackpot. But he's just been a serial thriller, hasn't he? Van der Voort. He always has been an exciting player to watch.
He certainly has, and he's a former winner on the European Tour, of course. Don't forget that he won the Austrian Darts Open.
66. Joe, you require.
That was the year where we had 8 events and 8 different winners.
Doesn't happen anymore, that does it?
Well, you've got Michael van Gerwen and Peter Snakebite Wright as the 2 dominant forces, but one of those guys has already been dumped out of the tournament. Cristo Reyes finally seeing off Snakebite.
99. Joe, you require.
But Cullen for a break of throw. 19 for double top. Double 10 for the Yorkshireman.
39.
2 darts missed.
They're the mistakes you really can't make against Vincent at the moment, because he is mopping up everything. Will he mop this up? Double top for the first leg. There it is.
On the first leg. Vincent van der Voort.
He's mopping up better than Hetty Winthrop.
140.
Well, Joe Cullen won't panic. He's pretty at ease, Joe Cullen. Knows his game, understands it, he knows what he's capable of, and he doesn't need to panic at any stage. But Vincent van der Voort will do everything he can to unsettle him. But look at this, what a response, what a response!
There is a consensus, if you give him the right match, Russ Bray might lose his voice. There could be a lot of 180s in this match. We don't want him to lose his voice. He is part and parcel of the European Tour.
Well, known as the voice. I'm not sure what you'd call him if he didn't have it.
Just the.
Yeah.
The Russ Bray.
The Russ Bray.
Can't think of another one. We don't want another one. He's the only one we want.
Yeah.
60. Joe, you require 84.
Oh, Joe Cullen responding after losing the opening leg.
Interesting thinking. 84.
52.
Treble 16 leaves double 18. Knew that he had a bit of a cushion. He's going to need it.
95. Joe, you require 32.
Vincent's on a 2-darter, but Cullen wants double 16, and he does leave this at every available opportunity. Next door for double 8.
Game shot.
Yeah, lovely. I've said this before about Joe Cullen. It's that rhythm to his throw where he never seems to break it, doesn't speed up or slow down, and it just seems that he gives every single dart
95.
the right level of care and attention. And so even if he does miss a couple when he's going to kill off a leg, you still feel that he's not going to rush or panic. He'll give himself the best possible opportunity of pinning it last dart, and that's why I think he does it a little bit more often now than perhaps he used to, and that's why he's won his first title this year and why he's moving up the rankings.
Well, you've got to know that Joe Cullen is furiously looking forward to the World Match Play this year. There are other guys who are still trying to get there, and over the coming hours and the coming weeks, we will find out what that field will be.
60.
Joe will be there after a stellar 12 months. Stellar 2 years, really.
40.
I've got to think that his next target, he'll be looking towards that top 16, trying to gun for that, much like Gerwin Price has done. Hope Gerwin is enjoying his Sunday at home after
82.
not entering the tournament. Well done, Gerwin.
Yes.
With a little caveat, I'll say sorry because he's bigger than I am.
Yes, but he's a long way away though.
100.
Maximum for Joe Cullen, and this gives him a real opportunity to break the Vincent van der Voort throw. It's a second 180 for Cullen.
Well timed as well. Forces van der Voort to take this out.
And he
Can
might.
139.
I had a feeling that was going in, you know, just the way things have been going for Big Vinny this week. 20s. Oh, he slipped into the treble 1. Didn't guarantee himself a shot at a double, and now, all of a sudden, it's a totally different leg.
It really is. Massive opportunity Joe Cullen gave himself there, and he squandered it. Double 4 for Vincent.
21.
Oh, wow.
Joe, you require 60.
Well, he nearly takes out the 164, but then can't take out 25. And again, we see Joe Cullen moving across the board, but taking his time, not rushing, no panicking, and it's just serene from the rock star.
Game on.
I said in the previous game that the more you play on these stages, the better you should perform because you're used to the conditions, the format.
100.
Joe Cullen has been playing pretty much every single tournament for the last year, maybe even a little bit longer.
Yeah, and he's been threatening to do something special.
140.
We saw him just a few weeks ago make the quarterfinals in Sindelfingen. And that's another 180 for Cullen. He's hit 3 in 3 legs.
He's definitely got the ability to power score, hasn't he, Joe? Gets the darts very close together at the point.
83.
And I think that's something he has worked on through his evolution as a dart player. He's wanted to become a better scorer, more consistent.
140.
Look at that. 81 after 9. As good a scoring as you will see.
Not a great deal you can do against that when it's the other guy's throw. Not enough. Not enough for Vincent.
81.
So you can take his time with this Joe Cullen. Double 18.
Game shot on the
that's
fourth
absolutely
leg.
textbook stuff.
Joe Cullen, 5th leg, Vincent.
12 darter, 81 checkout. Very impressive stuff from Joe Cullen, who opens up a 2-leg gap.
What I like about Joe's throw as well is that
120.
he consciously finishes every throw. Now, you guys at home might think I'm a little bit mad by saying that. Well, how can he not finish a throw? Well,
97.
there's a lot of players who are trying to get better and trying to rediscover form that are constantly thinking about the next start before the previous one is even finished.
140.
Joe's 11th dart in that leg there, he missed double 18, but the camera stayed on him, and I noticed that he completed everything about that throw before he even considered taking the other dart out of his hand. That's brilliant technique.
Yeah, it's that rhythm, isn't it? You know, it doesn't change right the way through the game. Whatever the situation, Joe Cullen is going to go about his visit in exactly the same manner. Good leg of darts from Vincent. It was a 12-darter for Joe last leg. It could be a 12-darter here for Van der Voort. Still on. Still on. And it's there, it is. Back-to-back 12 darters in this one.
6-leg Jordan from first.
Well, you wonder why people like watching Vincent van der Voort. That was 12 darts in what felt like about 12.5 seconds.
134.
Did hold the mantle of the fastest player in the world, but I think there's probably a few that have overtaken him in that regard. You only have a look at the young guns. Ricky Evans, the obvious candidate. But he's no slouch, Vincent.
177.
And he is some talent.
Yeah, he looks a little bit different now to how he did when he started at Lakeside back in the day. He had hair back then.
He did.
Wasn't wearing a light blue shirt back then either. He's almost made that colour his own.
68.
Nothing wrong with a bit of sky blue. Unless it's on a Sunderland shirt, of course.
96.
Well, Van der Voort coming back into this one. Bit of a blocker, but comes down, needs to find the treble.
96.
Does do.
But Joe Cullen doesn't want to let Vincent van der Voort get a real head of steam, does he? Because when he gets that, he can be destructive. Hence the Destroyer nickname. But Joe Cullen's doing very well to try and stem the tide.
Well, Cullen hasn't been broken yet in this match. But
134.
he may only get a dart at the bullseye here. Same route. Bullseye.
59.
Well, this is the chance that Vincent van der Voort wanted. He has left himself double 13. It matters not, because it is a break back for Vincent van der Voort. We've got a level game.
Game on.
As these two fight it out for the right to face Michael Smith in the quarter-finals. We've got one half of the draw set up for tonight. That's going to be Mensur Suljevic against Dave Chisnell. And then a rejuvenated
78.
Stephen Bunting taking on Cristo Reyes, the Spaniard, finding himself in the quarter-finals on the Euro Tour, finally getting past one of the big boys, beating Peter Wright for the first time in his career. Michael Smith, we've just seen, has put in a very, very impressive display to beat Andy Hamilton. But whoever comes through this is likely to give him a game.
And what a game that will be either way, because they're both quick players. Quick players against Michael Smith. That's the game I want to watch. For some reason, every time you say Cristo Reyes, the Spaniard, I always hear Oliver Reed's voice from the Gladiator movie when he says, "Win the crowd." Well, I hope Cristo Reyes has won the crowd, because he's taken out the crowd favourite.
Yeah, well, I don't think they'll hold it against him. Vincent van der Voort to go into the lead. There it is, 11 darter. Vincent van der Voort has gone 12 darter, 13 darter, 11 darter. He has just clicked into overdrive, the Dutch destroyer.
How many 180s has he got now this week? Because he was the top 180 scorer before today. He had 10.
Yes, that's 13 now. There you go, look at that. 12 darter from Joe Cullen, and all that has done is just kick Vincent van der Voort into gear, who's responded with 12, 13, 11.
Well, it's very Michael van Gerwen-esque, isn't it? It's an average of 12 darts for the last 3 legs. 36 darts for 3 legs.
Well, we saw 103 average from Stephen Bunting, 103 from Cristo Reyes. Michael Smith just averaged a ton, and Vincent van der Voort right now is averaging 104. But Joe Cullen, with a 97 average and 3 180s of his own, is still giving himself a chance.
Well, Joe Cullen's got that old Terry Jenkins-itis. Why does everybody turn up against me? Well, let's face it, Van der Voort has been turning up against everybody this week.
Well, he has. I mean, Benito van der Pas did have an opportunity to knock him out. He was unable to take it.
89.
It's a great situation for Vincent. He can be really aggressive here. Another one of those will be handy. There it is. 95 looks a lot harder now.
Does he start on the bullseye? He does, and it is the bull. So, double 16. What a fantastic finish from Joe Cullen. You hear the roar from him. He does try and keep his cool when he's playing. You wouldn't know what's going on in Joe Cullen's head when he's actually at the hockey, but he does let out those roars every now and again just to release the tension. But Vincent van der Voort, relentless.
Well, that's the level of darts we've come to now. Vincent van der Voort starts with a 180 and Joe Cullen goes 60, misses the 60 and squints as if to say that's not good enough. This is a proper game of darts, and 8 legs in. I feel like we've been sitting here for about 50 seconds.
96.
Very watchable stuff. We don't know who's going to win. Is it going to be the Dutchman or is it going to be the Englishman?
Just the 60. Cullen has a chance. May look at the 19s here. 5 19s would be 170 left, and you can see he's frustrated because he's made it a little bit trickier. What a dart. Yeah, well, that is the 5 19s he was after to leave 170. He's going to get a go at this. But Vincent's going to leave himself tops, isn't he?
Yep. There's a nice little bit of climb on that last dart. Didn't want to mess with that 60, but 170 top shot for Cullen. It's looking very ominous. It's going to be 5-4 van der Voort if he can ping the double that's closest to his height. Double top. Double 10. Uh-oh. Could that be the turning point, Dan Dawson? This is the chance that Joe Cullen has given himself. Will he take it?
He's only going to get 1 dart. Double 16. And there it is, Joe Cullen. The 95 checkout in the last leg was good. That was equally as good. And it may well be the visit that turns this match in his favour. A hold of throw here for Joe Cullen, and he is averaging almost 100. And kicks off 1-3-4. Joe Cullen, this is exactly what he did to Justin Pipe in the previous match. He averaged 100 pretty much right the way through the game. Just took out the right shot at the right time. Justin Pipe, at 4-0 down, was averaging 99 himself. But Joe Cullen just kept taking out the right shot when it really, really mattered. And he's done it on 2 or 3 occasions in this one, and it's been enough. Well, it has so far.
More than enough so far. And if Vincent doesn't find the treble, a big treble that is, and Joe's got some breathing space. If he can pound that 60, that goes 17s now. Leaves 136 after 9. And it's those finishes, isn't it? The finishes that the professionals practice more than any other. Anything between 70 and 120. They are the key shots.
Loose one.
46.
But that gets him down to 90, and it should mean he gets at least 1 dart for the match when he returns. Vincent's going to have to pile in 2 trebles minimum to get to a finish, and he's done exactly that, and maybe it's a 2-dart finish. What a 180 from Vincent. He pulled out a couple back-to-back last night against Benito van der Pas to save his skin. Cullen double 5.
80.
1 match dart missed, and is that 180 for Vincent van der Voort going to prove as skin-saving as his ones last night?
There's an air of deja vu in the air. But it's not to be, and he knows that could be his last dart in this championship. He had a chance to go all the way with Cullen, but now it's double 5. Will Cullen go over that line? Yes, he will. It's all over.
Joe Cullen seals it 6-4. Vincent van der Voort, valiant charge here this weekend at the Happy Bet European Darts Matchplay. Brought to an end. 103 average from Vincent, but still not enough against Joe Cullen, who continues to keep his cool and take out the right shots at the right time. If he can do that through this evening session, then maybe Joe Cullen can claim a first Euro Tour title. He will take on Michael Smith, the bully boy, for a place in the semis this evening. We've got 1 quarter-final left to set up. Michael van Gogh in the world #1 faces the veteran Mervyn King to round off the afternoon session. But coming up, it's Alan Norris, another former winner on the Euro Tour, against this weekend's surprise package, the big man from Apples, Peter Hudson.
4-6-5. This one was even though very close.
Yeah, obviously it's hard not to pay attention to how Vincent's been doing. Obviously the game against AD was unreal. And obviously yesterday as well, he took his chances yesterday and 10 out of last leg. It's class, and that's the class of Vincent. So I knew I had to turn up, and I did in patches, and it was enough today. That's enough.
Deciding situation was this at 4-4 when he hit the 40 left and couldn't finish it, and you were there.
Yeah, to be honest, it was exactly the same as when we played last time. It was somewhere in Germany, no doubt. It was 4 apiece, and I took a deciding leg, and he missed doubles, and I won. It was very similar, but like I said, I'm just happy to get the win and come back tonight.
Yeah. Michael Smith is the next one. He's playing really well.
Yeah, but so am I. So it doesn't matter. Whoever plays the best on the day wins. Hopefully, it's me. Yeah, that's about it. He's playing well. He's a good friend of mine as well. Was out last night, but obviously on the dartboard, there's no friends.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. Thank you very much. See you later. Joe Cullen.